90,000 subscribers, ladies and gentlemen. We did it. 90,000 subscribers.
Oh my god.
That was way bigger of an explosion than I thought.
Oh my god, that was so loud. I thought that was gonna be like those little poppers.
Oh my goodness. Should we get inside? The test of video and audio capabilities. We're framing ourselves. Are we peeking?
Take off my pants.
Why?
Because I don't want to button them up anymore.
What are we drinking here?
This is Canadian whiskey, 18 years. Got it at duty free.
Duty free.
Fan City, as they call it. There you go. Congratulations, sir.
Thanks, man.
Cheers.
Cheers to the Clatts. Oh, 90,000 subscribers. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, cheers to you. I hope everybody has their favorite glass of whatever they want to drink tonight. We are celebrating 90,000 subscribers on YouTube. This is wild. This is crazy. So you might be asking yourself, why is there not a live stream? Every time I've hit a 10,000 subscriber mark, I've done a live stream. I can explain this by YouTube's continuous effort to destroy their website. They have made it somehow bad to live stream now. Apparently, this is what I've heard. I don't know if it's true or not, but I've heard a lot of rumors recently about live streaming kind of affecting a YouTube channel. So we're going to try to not get affected by it. So I'm just not going to do a live stream. I am going to be premiering this video, though. So if there's guys watching right now, I'll be in the chat chatting with you guys. You can feel free to super chat, do whatever you guys want to get my attention. I'll be chatting with you, but watch this as you please and kind of treat this as a live stream. But today, for those of you guys who are new here, for those of you guys who've been watching for a while, I'm basically going to explain and walk you through how I gained 90,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel, because we also have Jacob Carlson back there, king of the vlogs. He'll probably be messing with us throughout this thing. But 90,000 subscribers is no, what's the word I'm looking for? It's no easy feat. 90,000 subscribers is something I'm very, very, very proud of. I'm 10,000 subscribers away from that 100,000 subscriber mark, which is bananas to me. It's when I get my YouTube plaque. It's when I become an official YouTuber, I guess. I get verified on YouTube. It's pretty crazy to even think that I'm that close. And obviously, when we hit 100,000 subscribers, there'll be a huge celebration on my channel for that. But 90,000 subscribers is like that midway point where it's like, it's not time to celebrate yet, but I don't want it to just go unannounced, because it's actually been a really, really, really difficult journey for me to get to this 90K. Especially my journey between 50,000 subscribers to 90,000 subscribers has been quite the grind, but I'm going to explain the whole thing to you. You're going to hear the whole story right here, right now. And hopefully this serves as a sort of guide for some people who are looking into doing this. Maybe you can look at some of the mistakes that I made in the past and not do those mistakes, and maybe you can look at some of the things I did right and do those things if you're looking to grow your YouTube channel from 0 to 90,000, or hopefully 100,000, way, way more. So once again, cheers to you guys. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me on this journey. And let's get right into how I gained 90,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. Roll the intro. Anyhow, guys, let's rewind back a little bit, because we gotta get some context to this story. So this YouTube channel that I'm on currently, it was created in 2008. I don't remember the specific date, but it was created in 2008 when I was living in Israel. I think I was 11 or 12 years old. I named it Movie Music Man 1996. So if any of you guys have done some snooping on my channel, you might see that my URL is both youtube.com/thetravelingclatt and youtube.com/moviemusicman1996. That was my kind of like mantra and name back in the day, and it was actually really, really cool to be under that little name brand, because I just combined my passions together, which was movies and music at the time. I've always had a passion for movie and music. So I started this YouTube channel when I was living in Israel, and basically what I uploaded at the time was just a bunch of skits with my friends that were living in Israel with me, and a bunch of different random things that I was doing at the time. It was never anything serious. It was always just random little things that I would upload, like little skits, me playing around with editing. And throughout that whole time, I think between 2008 to 2014, when I seriously began making YouTube videos, I gained around 40 subscribers. So we're gonna take those 40 and just move them up. And fast forward to 2014, April 2014, more specifically April 17th, 2014 is when I officially launched the Traveling Clatt. Right before April 17th, 2014, before I published my first video as the Traveling Clatt, I was still uploading videos as Movie Music Man 1996. I think I shifted the name of the channel a few times throughout the years, especially my early high school years when I was trying to play around with different types of content and starting to become more of a serious, I guess, filmmaker at the time. I was doing freelance video and freelance photography for events and all kinds of things like that. And over the years, I built up a sort of little catalog of fun videos that were a little more professional than what I was doing when I was 13. That year, 2013, and the crossover to 2014 was the year that I started traveling. I started, taking little road trips with my friend, uploading little GoPro compilations of videos that I was making with my friends, doing traveling in Florida and Miami, wherever I was going, in Orlando. I did some stuff in Washington. I did some stuff in Washington, D.C. I did some stuff in Israel, and I uploaded all that stuff to my YouTube channel. Once again, not really any subscribers came from that. If you look at my graph, it's actually pretty dead quiet through most of 2014 with like 0 subscribers gained. But April 17th, 2014, I rebranded my whole channel as the Traveling Clatt. That was kind of the birth of the channel. With the help of a good friend of mine, Jack, he kind of convinced me to do this whole thing and kind of start this YouTube channel because I was going on a trip to Africa, and he said that him and a bunch of my other friends and family would want to watch the journey that I was putting together. Basically, filmed all this stuff on a GoPro, filmed my preparations, and started uploading videos to YouTube. In the beginning, I found it really hard to find my voice and an audience. And so what I did in the first few months, because I was kind of still falling into all this stuff, I basically just reached out to people who were also doing this thing on Facebook, on YouTube. I would look at comments of YouTube channels similar to size of me that had like, below 100 subscribers, and just joined those groups and contacted people and spoke to them. It's sad to say that most of those people that I started my YouTube journey with don't still create videos till nowadays. Maybe 3 or 4 of them still make videos nowadays. And this is no way to gloat, but I've far surpassed any of them, and that's because of this channel's consistency. I haven't gone a week without uploading YouTube videos since 2014. Every single week, there's been at least one video. One of the things I pride my channel on is the fact that it's been consistent. I've never given up. I've never stopped. It's never taken a hiatus. I finally take my trip to Africa. I start uploading videos. While I'm there, I record an intro for a YouTube channel called Fun for Louie. Many of you guys who are in the travel sphere might know who this person is. This guy was a very influential person in my life at the time. I used to watch a lot of his videos and gain a lot of inspiration from him and kind of his travel vlogging group. And so I created an intro to one of his videos that he was doing at the time. He would kind of like do intros for people's vlogs and plug their channels. Hello, my name is Tal. I'm from Miami, Florida, and currently I'm in South Africa. Thanks to Louie, I've been inspired to travel and go all over the world. I just finished a 7-day safari trip through the southern part of Africa, and I filmed it all. I couldn't have done this without watching Louie's videos. So don't forget, you're watching Fun for Louie. And one day, I think maybe in July of 2014, I was sitting in the car with my friends, and all of a sudden my email just started exploding like crazy. And I was like, subscriber gain, subscriber gain, subscriber gain. And it was like, boom, overnight I had gained like 700 subscribers or something like that. It went from, I think my channel went from like 300 to 1,000 subscribers overnight. And it was this huge influx of people that had come from Louie's channel because he had put my intro in the video. And it was right at the time where he was getting peak viewership. And my channel name was right below there. So a lot of people were interested in what I was doing because I explained that I was, currently traveling through Africa. And tons of people came over from there. So as 2014 ended and 2015 started creeping in, I started struggling a lot with the content that I was uploading, and that was partly because I stopped traveling part-time. A lot of what I was doing before was traveling, working jobs, quitting them, and then continue traveling over and over and over again. But at some point in 2015, I went on a huge trip from Boston to New York City and then to Toronto in Canada, and that was like my big end-all trip for the year in 2014. I celebrated New Year's in Times Square in New York, and after that, I promised myself I would give college a try. So I went to community college for 3 months, and I pretty much had to stay home. There was no traveling for 3 months. I was just home. I did Jesus Christ. So during that college time, I was trying to do as much traveling as possible, but those videos were obviously not travel videos. They weren't with the original plan of why I started this channel, which is try to show people the world, show people how I travel. And so that message wasn't clear. And you can see a very clear thin line. There's barely any subscribers coming in. 0, 1, 2, 3, 1, 4. There's not many subscribers coming in during this period of time at all. It's just flatline pretty much. And to give you an idea of how I was continually progressing my channel at this moment in time, I was basically going on a website called Omegle or things like Chat Roulette and Facebook groups and certain things like that. And I would chat with people and tell them about my YouTube channel, my plans for life and what I would do. I would spend hours on these websites and just talk to people, share my channel, ask them if they want to subscribe, ask them if they want to watch my YouTube videos. And in my eyes, this was a really stupid waste of time for me. I think this was something that needed to happen. It's part of my story. It's part of my evolution. Within that, I actually got a shout out from this really big YouTuber at some point. So basically, we can fast forward through all this time. Throughout most of 2015 and 2016, I bounced a lot through Israel and the US and some parts of Europe. And I was doing a lot of travel that kind of like broke me out of my barriers. But still, the channel was... it wasn't moving. It was still throughout that like 3,000 subscriber mark to 4,000 subscriber mark. I can't remember exactly what, but it was very little. I wasn't pulling in many views from my subscribers. People weren't coming back consistently, and that's because I wasn't being consistent with the message of my channel. It was at a point in the summer of 2016, I believe, that I had this crazy idea that I met somebody who told me about this idea, and it kind of clicked in my brain that I was going to try to get from Israel back to Miami without flying on a plane. I wanted to do it in a more unconventional way, something that nobody's ever done before. And so I started researching cargo ship journeys because a friend of mine that I met in Canada had told me about it, and it was something that I wanted to pursue. Ugh. Whiskey's strong. I was supposed to fly back home to Miami 2 days ago, and instead, ladies and gentlemen, we were flying to Italy, and then we were hopping on a cargo ship to Miami. So I garnered up the strength, and I spent all the last remaining money that I had, which was like $2,000, to make an epic journey from Israel all the way to Miami. I sailed from Italy. I flew from Israel to Italy and sailed all the way across the Mediterranean Ocean, through the Straits of Gibraltar, all the way across the Northern Atlantic Ocean, all the way down to the Bahamas, and then eventually to Miami, coming right home without touching a plane. It was crazy. It was an insane journey. One of the craziest things I've ever done in my life. It was being disconnected from the internet for 10 days, but that was besides the point. Basically, later on in that year, as 2016 was coming to an end, the same YouTuber, Fun for Louis, that I had been kind of dwindling away from his videos at the time because I was doing my own travels, had mentioned that he was going to throw an event in the UK. And he said he was just going to do an event bringing a few select people that were travel influencers, travel video makers, to this event to speak, to be speakers. It was like a 3-day thing where they were going to bring a bunch of people. I think it was like 50 or 60 people that could pay to come to this event. I think it was like $130, $150, something like that. And you basically come and chill with a bunch of travel video influencers from YouTube, the biggest ones in the game, for 3 days. Just sing around the campfire, have some good food, have some fun activities, do all kinds of cool stuff, learn from them, and kind of inspire yourself to go on your own adventures. And that's the most pivotal moment in this whole story, because I decided to do that. I decided to risk the money that I didn't have left to do. I basically decided to kind of quit the job that I was working. It was a retail job at the time, and I decided to quit that job to go on this journey with a one-way flight to the UK. I didn't know what was going to happen. I knew that people were going to be going there to travel, and I was like, you know, maybe I'll link up with some people and continue traveling afterwards. And my YouTube channel wasn't doing very well at the time. It wasn't bringing in any money. My parents were asking what I was going to be doing. I was like, there was a lot of pressure in this moment in my life, but I decided I was going to go there, and when I was there, I was going to ask those influencers. I came with the question to ask them what I should do. I needed some advice in life. I'm a very impressionable person in general, especially from adults, because I'm usually the younger person in the crowd, and so I wanted to ask these people that are older than me, that are doing this as a living, what I should do. I wanted to ask them for some advice. And during all of this, in the background, this cargo ship video journey that I was making was starting to gain some traction on YouTube. It was very quiet. I think it went from something like 3,000 to maybe 30,000 views, and it was bringing in the majority and the bulk of my subscriber and viewership at the moment. So my channel was slowly dwindling up from 3,000, not dwindling, but slowly rising up from 3,000 to 4,000-ish, 5,000-ish subscribers. And during this event that Louis hosted in the UK, I did have a moment where I was able to stand in front of a bunch of the biggest travel influencers on YouTube and ask them what they think I should do. And a resounding answer from all of them, it was a resounding yes. I asked them if I should quit my job and continue doing this, and like, when should I do it, and when is it time to take this seriously? And every single person there, it was Louis and this couple called Kristen and Sia from Opposite Globe. I don't remember who else was there. There was a bunch of people there, but it was a resounding yes. It was yes, you should do this now. You should focus on this now. This is something that you should do. And so I took that answer and I was like, okay, I need to start gearing up for this. And so I spent a month after that traveling with a good friend couple of mine, Eric and Allison from The Endless Adventure. We became really, really close friends on that trip. And I started learning how I could close in sponsorships from them and how I could contact brands from them, because they had just started vlogging. They were just a year into it, but they had so much knowledge. And through that, I was able to create more content for cheaper, hence giving me more subscribers. And through them, I learned how to really hone that content to a specific brand and people and target specific people on the internet. And I really started targeting an audience in the UK and making videos that I thought would last longer. I should mention that that whole trip kind of happened on the border of 2016 and 2017. I actually spent New Year's in Paris right before making it there. So as 2017 started, I was making my way back home. I think I spent just around a month in the UK, came back home in February and started seriously planning what I was going to do in the next year. I got my retail job back that I quit, started gearing up on buying camera gear because I had something flowing in the back of my head, and I was like, at this point, at some point during this year, I want to try to fly around the world in a circle. This decision in my brain, this kind of push from the inside with that confidence that all those travel influencers gave me in the UK was what let this channel go from a measly 5,000 subscribers to the 90,000 subscribers that it's at right now in under 2 years. I'll run you quickly as to what happened. Basically, it was months and months and months of sitting at home working from around February till I think April or May. And then around April or May, I decided to hop on a trip with Eric and Allison once again with the little money that I had left to go try to budget travel Cuba and Mexico together with them and another couple, the way away, and a good friend of ours, Karina. We spent a month traveling together, and I was living out of my backpack, and I was doing everything and learning so much from these two travel couples who had so much influence on me. They basically taught me how to close these sponsorship deals. They helped me work with companies. They taught me about keywords, and we were just sharing information with each other. And as they were zooming past me in subscriber numbers, I think they had all passed that 10,000 subscriber mark. I had just started passing maybe the 6,000 subscriber mark, something like that. And eventually, that gave me the confidence after the trip to say, you know what, screw it. I'm going to do this. I'm going to give this my all. I shelled out whatever money I had left on a one-way ticket to Israel, and I decided that at some point, I am going to fly from Israel to the Philippines, and from the Philippines to Miami. I didn't know how I was going to do it. I didn't know how the money was going to come to me. I decided in June that I was going to fly from Miami to Israel, and at some point, I needed to make enough money in Israel, whether it was going to be through YouTube or working whatever there, to go from Israel to the Philippines and from the Philippines back to Miami. I only really planned on around 4 months, but that turned into a year. Now, why did I want to go to the Philippines? I wanted to go to the Philippines because I knew that you could gain an audience there. I knew that you can make money there. I knew that as a foreigner, you can make a lot of videos that would gain a lot of views. I've been open and vocal about this. The real reason I went to the Philippines was to grow my audience. I ended up falling in love with it for separate reasons, and I really do still love it. But I went there with the reason of growing my business and turning this into my full-time job. And boy, did that work. That was the best decision I think I ever made for my YouTube channel. It also something that hurt me down the line, but I think it was really influential on what the traveling by Clatt has become. I fly to Israel in June of 2017 with 200 bucks in my wallet and 6,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. And at one point, the week that I get to Israel, I decide that I'm going to commit henceforth from this point on. I'm going to treat YouTube as my full-time job, block anybody out that told me this might be a crazy idea, and just focus on this for as long as I possibly could. I said I was going to give Israel as many months as it took for me to get off my feet, to get the money that I needed to do what I wanted to do, and to fly to the Philippines. And I decided to just go full force with everything that I'd learned from Eric and Allison and the way away, Josh and Ashley, and just email companies and try to get in touch with tourism boards and hostels and hotels and whatever I possibly could to make as many videos. And the second that I committed to that decision, I kid you not, it was like 2 or 3 days after, my channel blew up. My cargo ship video took off, the algorithm picked it up, started sharing it to tons of people, and then from that video, another video in the UK started taking off, and another video, and I kid you not, it was either overnight or in the process of like 3 to 5 days, I had gained 10,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel went from 6,000 subscribers to 15,000 subscribers pretty much seemingly overnight, I had like 1 million views brought over to my channel in the course of like 1 week. And from having $200 in my wallet, all of a sudden I had like $1,500 in my wallet. I felt like I was living large. I had a bunch of confidence, a bunch of new viewers. Every video I was uploading was getting 1,000 views. People were interested in the story. People were interested in what I was doing. And I realized like, oh my God, this was my moment. This is something I committed to. I can now move forward with this. 15,000 subscribers is no joke. I'm officially a YouTuber. I can enter a YouTube space now. You know, I have credibility. I have something behind my back. And so I sat down my boys Moshe and Vidal that were with me in Israel, and I told them we're going to send 1,000 emails. We're going to send emails to every single company in Israel. We're going to try to get everything sponsored. And we got hostels sponsored. We got trips sponsored. We went to Jordan for like free. We got camp sponsored. We got hikes sponsored, Jeep tours, llama adventures. It was insane. It was the summer of our lives. It was 3 months of just pure chaos. I learned how to sail. I rappelled down rocks. I did insane stuff. I pushed myself to my boundaries, and I did it all for almost free because I wasn't spending any money. I was doing it all thanks to you guys watching, to my subscribers watching at the time, and to, you know, the brands, the amazing brands that were helping me put this whole thing together. And from obviously all the skills that I learned from the influential YouTubers that taught me the stuff that I need to know. I need to commit to something else. I have a business idea, something that I could do for YouTube that'll gain me even more subscribers. I saw the insane amount of subscribers that came from the cargo ship series that I did, and I was like, okay, I did that one by accident. That was a fun thing, but I paid $2,000 to do it, and I definitely haven't made my money back on the video. And so I decided that I was going to do the Trans-Siberian Railway, but I needed to get there in a more lucrative way. And so before planning that whole Trans-Siberian Railway, I knew that I wanted to get to London in the UK because that would be a good starting point for all of this. So I found a cargo ship journey that was going to get me to London, 5 days long. It was only $500, $100 a day. I said I was going to set a goal. I wanted to make 25 videos during that journey. And basically this cargo ship journey is what made my YouTube channel get delayed for an entire year. Literally, for a full year, I was living my life in the past because of this one cargo ship journey. It basically started the delay of my whole channel. I read the comments that people left on my videos, that you guys left on my videos, saying what you guys wanted to see if I were ever to do something like this again. And I wanted to make all that come to life on this journey. And I made some really hyper-focused SEO videos that were going to reach large audiences of people. And I uploaded those videos to YouTube. While I was doing that, I was looking at the videos that were taking off from the UK that I made when I was with Eric and Allison, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to do a UK road trip. I'm going to go all the places that you guys said, and I focused on every single place in the UK. And so while I was doing this road trip in the UK and uploading the videos from the cargo ship journey, all those cargo ship journey videos were blowing up. They got like almost millions of views on like almost every single one of them. There was hundreds of thousands of people spilling over to my YouTube channel from that. Videos of me on a storm in a cargo ship and me doing food in a cargo ship is content that has never ever been created on YouTube before. I was like the first. It was like pioneering this kind of genre of video of exploring traveling on a cargo ship, and people were really appreciating that. And while I was in the UK, I was just focusing on all those videos that I knew were going to blow up. I made some clickbaity videos about Americans in the UK and fish and chips and all kinds of things that I knew people in England would watch. People would want to see an American experiencing in their country. And that brought me in a UK audience. From that cargo ship audience came these two beautiful delves and beautiful doves. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. And henceforth, I had the balls and the courage to buy myself a ticket on the Trans-Siberian Railway, and I was able to book myself a ticket from Moscow all the way to the city of Vladivostok on the other side of Russia. But I wanted to take it one step above. I wanted to do something bigger than just a Trans-Siberian. I wanted to go from London to Seoul, South Korea without flying. I didn't want to touch a plane. I wanted to do half of planet Earth, pretty much. It was 16,000 miles by land or by sea without touching a plane. I did not want to go up into the air. And so I began my journey from London to Seoul, South Korea. The entire time I was gaining subscribers periodically. That whole time, between the cargo ship journey, the England road trip series, and the Trans-Siberian series, I started gaining subscribers at a rate of about 1,000, I think, every 2 weeks or so, eventually making it to Seoul, South Korea. I remember standing on top of the rooftop in Seoul. I hit 19,000 the week I began the Trans-Siberian road trip, and 2 weeks later when I made it to Seoul, I had 20,000 subscribers. I remember standing on a rooftop in Seoul celebrating hitting 20,000 subscribers, which after making it to Seoul from a ship from Russia and celebrating that 20,000 subscribers, I was about to fly to a place that changes my destiny on YouTube, that makes me who I am, that basically blows up my channel out of the water, the beautiful, amazing country of the Philippines. I flew from there, and literally the first video that I uploaded from Seoul to Manila, the first video, #1, I don't know, the gods of YouTube looked down upon me, or it was something that I was meant to be there. That first video blew up. 100,000 views on like the first 2 days. And I gained 10,000 subscribers in one day in the Philippines. One day. And then boom, I uploaded another video of me visiting the biggest mall in the Philippines or something like that. 1 million views in just like 3 months. And that gave me like another 15,000 subscribers. It was just tons of videos. And I uploaded a food video, and a video in Manila, and a video going to Palawan and to El Nido, and every video continuously kept on blowing up. I created a huge Filipino fan base. I was collaborating with creators. I was meeting backpackers across the road. I was working with companies. It was something incredible. I meant to go to the Philippines for just under 3 weeks, for just around 2 weeks to just travel the country. I ended up staying for 4 months. I was going to travel all of Southeast Asia. I was going to go to Singapore, Malaysia, and Thailand, and a bunch of places. But I had seen how many subscribers were coming along and how the money was starting to pour into my YouTube channel, and I was able to survive because for an American, living in the Philippines was so cheap. And so I realized it'd be so stupid to leave the Philippines right now. I should just grow this audience. And although I knew that the Filipino audience wasn't specifically loyal, which is something that I think has come and kind of bit me in the butt since, but we'll go into further detail about that later. I saw many other people that had gone there, and I saw them not reach the audience that I was reaching at the time, and it made me feel really good about the content that I was creating, and it made me think about the fact that, you know, maybe these Filipinos that are watching my videos will actually stick around with me after I leave the Philippines. Boy, was I wrong, but I definitely thought I thought it was going to happen. My 4 months in the Philippines ended. I was leaving the Philippines with just under 50,000 subscribers. The next country I was bouncing off to was the beautiful country of Japan. I was going to spend just under 2 months in Japan, traveling across the entire country, doing as many things as I possibly could, making as many videos, and I really said it to myself that I was going to try to make as many videos that would blow up to a non-Filipino audience. I wanted to reach out to people beyond just the Philippines. I wanted Americans watching my videos. I wanted people from the UK watching my videos again. I wanted those people to come along and kind of experience Japan through my eyes as somebody who was kind of scared of traveling Japan, because I know a lot of people want to go to Japan but don't really know how to do it. So I wanted to create videos that would make people comfortable, feel like they could do this themselves as well, explain things the way that I see them as a 22-year-old or 21-year-old at the time, traveling in a country that feels very complicated and hard to kind of fit into.
Sorry.
Your house, you cough as much as you want, sir. Ma'am, sir. Kuya po, ma'am, sir. Ma'am, sir. Salamat po. That trip killed me because I decided that I was like, you know what? I'm going to lose this Filipino viewership when I go to Japan. I knew I was going to take a hit on the income. I knew I was going to take a hit on the subscribers. So I doubled down, quadrupled down on the amount of work that I was going to do in Japan. I was like, I need to be making videos every single day, multiple times a day. So there were days there where I was vlogging three videos in one day, and then I would go wake up the next day and do that again and again and again and again. So I set myself so far behind my own schedule. I made 60 videos in Japan in just 6 weeks or 7 weeks, which is an insane amount of videos. That's a lot of videos. And that paid off eventually, but it did really kill me. It like broke my back when it came to the content. So I made it to Japan. I remember right around when we made it to Hiroshima, I hit 50,000 subscribers, and this was still all pretty much Filipino videos that were still being uploaded on backlog that pretty much ended that series in the Philippines with 50,000 subscribers. And that means I basically went from 20K to 50K in the Philippines, 30,000 subscribers, a huge bit of Filipino subscribers. Most of my audience was Filipino at that point. But once I started uploading that, you know, Japanese content, people started dropping off. Filipinos stopped watching. People, the whole YouTube algorithm was starting getting shaken up. I went from bringing in like 10,000 to 20,000 to even 30,000 views a video to just 1,000, and sometimes it was even struggling to hit 1,000 views an episode. And so that took a real big burden on me, but I kept on uploading persistently, and then we went to Hawaii from Japan. I tried to make some really big videos there, and then across the US I tried to make some more videos that had to do with the Philippines and with traveling across the US. All of those paid off eventually, but it was Japan that was really kind of the pivotal moment. That's basically one video, which was called the Love Hotel Japan Love Hotel Video Experience. I made a video basically going into a love hotel with my friend in Japan. I uploaded that video, and that became my fastest growing, biggest video on my YouTube channel with 1.6 million views brought in just 5 days. It was bananas for one video to blow up that much, and that in turn blew up another video that I made in the red light district of Japan, and again I'd gained something around like 10,000 subscribers in just one night or 2-3 days, whatever. It happened very, very quickly. And my channel went again from 50,000 to 60,000, like 65,000 over the course of the next few days. And then YouTube demonetized that video and the channel started dying slowly. From the second that Love Hotel video in Japan got demonetized, every single video since then that I've uploaded to my YouTube channel has had a really hard time growing. I don't know what the specifics are exactly to that, but it's been really hard for me to bring in anywhere close to that amount of views since then, which is a really long time. We're coming up on close to a year where it's been just a steady growth. No more like viral peaks of videos. I haven't had something big like that blow up with tons of subscribers coming over to my channel ever since then. I don't know if that one video kind of turned something on for YouTube saying, hey, we're not going to promote these videos on this channel anymore to that degree, or whatever it was. I don't know if I broke my trust with YouTube making that video, but that video kind of changed everything for me. And at that point, after maybe 2-3 months of realizing my YouTube channel was being very stagnant and having a lot of hard time growing, I realized that it's going to be leaps and bounds that I'm gonna have to jump to try to gain this audience and to get this YouTube channel to that 100,000 subscriber mark. So at 60,000 subscribers, I wanted to re-strategize my whole goal. At this point, I was back home in Miami, was still uploading videos on backlog for my adventures around the world, finishing all the videos from my journey from Hawaii all the way to Miami. I think I probably gained maybe another 2,000 subscribers throughout that entire journey, bringing the channel just to around like 65,000, maybe 67,000 subscribers, just under the 70,000 mark. At this point, I had a conversation with my friend Moshe, where when I got back to Miami, I had made a decision that I was going to stay in Miami for 2 weeks after a year of leaving Miami and a year from being away from home. And I was going to run right back to India and the Philippines again and just blow my channel up even further. Because that's what everybody was doing. That's what all the travel vloggers around me were doing. I saw everybody going off to a foreign country and gaining an audience that was really easy to grow. And there's nothing wrong with that per se. But for me, I realized I was like, do I want to live my life dictated by an audience that's not going to watch the videos that I'm making unless I'm making them about one specific topic in one specific place? Is that the life that I want to live on YouTube? Is that the videos that I want to create? And to a certain degree, maybe I do, because there's a certain safety net behind there. It's like having a 9-to-5 job. I know that if I'm going to clock into this place and make videos about this topic, it's like clock in, clock out. You leave with your paycheck. You're happy. But you guys know me. You know that I'm not content with anything ever that's just one flat line. And so I realized after having that conversation, especially with my friend Moshe and with other people, that I wasn't going to run back to another foreign audience. I wasn't going to go back to the Philippines. I wasn't going to go to India. I wasn't going to blow my channel up, even though I knew I could and I had the money at this point to be able to do it. I was going to take as long as it possibly would take to grow my channel to 100,000 subscribers the way that I felt was right. Without mentioning the Philippines, without talking about it anymore, just taking a cold cut, cutting it off cold turkey. Just no more mentions of anything sort of foreign or anything that was going to explode my channel with a foreign audience. I did break that once for Christmas, but we'll get into that later. I was going to focus all my YouTube videos on America, on the US, just travel the United States and try to grow an audience here. And boy, has that been the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. It's so impossible to make YouTube videos go big in the US. I give so much props to my friends who have done it here in the US. It has been such a difficult journey for me. The only video that I've been able to hit, I think, past that 100,000 subscriber mark since coming to the US has been me eating iguana and hunting iguana, which is, once again, one of those videos that has been like a one of its kind on YouTube. There's only like really one of them on YouTube doing it the way that I did, and so I understand why it's kind of blown up. I kid you guys not. I hit maybe 70,000 subscribers, and from 70,000 to 80,000, it took me like 2 months, 2 full months of just grinding it out, trying to make a food series, trying to make videos on Miami, trying to make videos on Orlando, trying to make videos on whatever I possibly could. And so you know what? I said I was going to do a road trip from Miami to LA and travel all the distance between them in my car and do all kinds of cool videos and travel guides. And once again, I made a whole series, I think like 20-25 videos. I've vlogged every single day, sometimes multiple times a day. Worked my butt off to create tons and tons of content about the US, and all of it, in one huge spread, all of it did terrible on YouTube. I mean, comparatively to what I was doing on my world adventure, I don't think a single one of those videos, maybe like 2 of them, broke the 10,000 view mark, which is, in YouTube money terms, monetary terms, it's only about 10 bucks. Sometimes it's a little more, maybe $20. So finances and pressure and subscriber counters and all this involved, it's been a really hard journey, but I eventually gained another 10,000 subscribers doing that road trip, just because I guess people were starting to align with the message a little more. The channel started to wake up a little bit from the drought that it's been in, and we eventually, at the end of that road trip, the last day of the road trip, coincidentally, the year that marked the year with my beard, I hit 80,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. I think those 10,000 subscribers between 70,000 to 80,000 had been a huge drop-off in Filipino subscribers, and a majority from America, people that were interested in coming to travel the States and interested in my travel guides on the United States and the videos that I was making here. So after getting home, hitting 80,000 subscribers, I realized I had to make a big change. I had to continue traveling, but I wanted to do something that was going to shake things up even more. And that's when the idea of potentially moving to New York City came about. Actually, when I was on the road trip, I thought about potentially moving to Los Angeles. I ended up scrapping that idea because I decided that I don't really like LA that much. And I currently don't see myself living there. Maybe in the future, I don't think so. But I decided that New York was a place where I had friends. I talked to people like Jacob and my friend John, who had further convinced me on the idea, who thought it would be a cool idea to actually do and come to move here. And one of the biggest selling points was the fact that you could pretty much travel the entire world in just the boundaries of Manhattan and Brooklyn. Like, you could do everything, anything you want, and Queens. You could travel the entirety of the world. You can visit every ethnic culture. You could go to any place, try any food by just living in New York City. There's so many things and so many people to experience. So I thought, you know what, I could really try to just travel and experience as much as I can within this city. I wouldn't spend as much as I would, I think, traveling internationally, and I might be hitting on that US American market as well. And since coming to New York City, I've started daily uploading on my YouTube channel, and I've seen that a lot of people are resonated with that. I've learned a lot about it. I've seen that making videos that are topical, that are more in the now, that are more updated. You guys like to see me in real time. You guys don't want to see me living in the past, like 3 months in the past. So I realized that that's something that you guys really resonate with. I also realized that the editing, I was spending 10 to 15 hours editing a video in the past, you know, with the travel vlogs, with the cinematic music and the drone shots and all this stuff. And I realized it's not necessary to bring the story across. And honestly, I don't even think it's something that you guys are not even that interested in as my viewers. You want to see more of me and my story. And it's very rare that I get a comment that's like, hey, show us more of the background. It's usually, hey, we want to know more about you. And so I realized if I could cut out that editing time, if I could make it shorter and I could upload frequently and I could film every single day, I would be able to grow this YouTube channel beyond the capacity that it's at right now and really blow it up. Trying to do that. It hasn't necessarily worked, but it's, I think, in the process of working, because there's been many of you who have been joining and many of you guys who have been appreciating this new style of content, this more shorter, rawer, in the now, in the moment video that you guys are watching every single day that you're tuning in my channel for. And that's what's been the series that I've been uploading on YouTube. There's been minimal editing, no music. Everything is for you right now, so you get to experience it as I am. You know, I leave most of the bits in, I leave most of the dry bits in. It's just basically me walking around to the camera, showing you guys my day-to-day here in New York, trying to do crazy things. And that, ladies and gentlemen, brings us to the 90,000 subscriber mark that we're at right now. We have 10,000 subscribers left to hit that 100,000 subscriber mark on YouTube. And for those 10,000 of you who are joining between 90,000 to 100,000, you better buckle up, because it's going to be an insane ride from this point on. The videos are only going to get crazier. The videos are only going to get more frequent. They're only going to get more rowdier. They're only going to get more wild. And yes, I know right now I'm using the tool of trying the worst foods and trying the best foods and making videos that are very topical. I'm doing this with reason, and it's because I'm a strategic person that's trying to gain subscribers on YouTube. I'm trying to play the system so I can continue moving forward and eventually do the things that I'm really, really passionate about. Even though I am passionate about what I'm doing right now, don't get me wrong, it is fun. I like doing what I'm doing, but it may not necessarily be my passion to try the worst Mexican food in New York City. I see the necessity in it to grow my YouTube channel further to the point that it needs to be at. Basically, the message that I kind of want to leave this off is that, without being too corny or cheesy, anything is possible. You guys can do this. Look at me, I'm just some Joe Schmo who just eventually figured out how to do this, and I picked up my camera and I just decided to do it. Yes, YouTube is making it harder. Yes, it has become harder nowadays, I think, to grow on a YouTube channel or on a Facebook page than ever before. But it doesn't mean that you can't do it, and I believe in you. I think that you can do it if you just buy my ebook and buy my merchandise. Just kidding. If you just believe in yourself and push yourself to the point where you feel that you are doing your utmost and your outmost to grow your YouTube channel, to grow your audience, put out content that you're proud of, that you're happy with, and people, I promise you, will resonate with that. And as long as you continue doing it and you're frequent with it and you don't stop, that consistency is key. You yourself can gain 90,000 subscribers, eventually 100,000, even past your boy, the Traveling Clatt. I'm sure you can, because this channel's dying slowly, as we know. journey between 90,000 to 100,000 is going to be epic. I assure you of that. There's 100,000 subscribers. You guys know the deal. I promised you. You will finally learn the meaning of the word Clatt, at least what it means to me on this channel. A lot of you guys have been asking, what does Clatt mean? What is a traveling Clatt? At 100,000 subscribers, you guys will know. The answer is coming to you guys. So the more you share this channel with your friends, the more these videos get views, the more you watch my videos, the closer we get to that point. So I hope that's some sort of incentive for you guys if you want to learn what that is. You know, YouTube will do as YouTube does. I don't want to screw with the algorithm anymore. I want to just be a good boy on YouTube and make sure that YouTube likes me and my videos. And so we're not going to do any live streaming at the moment until I know that it's clear. If you do want to follow me for live streams and stuff, I occasionally go live on my Instagram, so you can definitely follow me there, or follow me on Twitter to get live updates about what I'm doing, when I'm doing stuff. And that is the story, guys, of how I gained 90,000 subscribers on YouTube. I want to remind you that none of this was possible without you. You guys are my life, my love, my rock, my soft, comfy place when I'm sad, when I'm feeling confused. You guys are my family. I really, really do mean that from the bottom of my heart without being sarcastic. You guys are the greatest people I know in this world. You're so, so supportive. You send me so much love, and I really, really appreciate that. And so moving forward, I hope that our relationship just gets stronger. And I really, really hope that I get to meet a lot of you guys in person, because I know how much and how easy it is for us to connect. I feel like when you join this Clatt family, it becomes easier. Everybody knows each other here. We're all friends and family. We're all a group of people just hanging out, watching videos together. Sometimes I make them. Most of the times it's only me that's making them, really, but you know, you get the point. I'm gonna leave you guys here. Make sure that if you're new here, you should subscribe and turn on those notifications so you don't miss a single one. If you do want to support me, you can buy my merchandise. It'll be down in the description below or on screen right now. And just keep watching, guys. 100,000 is coming soon. Hopefully we can do a 100,000 celebration a week after this video goes live. Probably not, but hopefully, who knows. Share my videos a little bit, huh? Give them some love. Let's go viral again. It's been a minute for Papa. Please help me. I'm dying. I'm dying here.
All right, you talked enough.
Okay.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys. Thanks. I was rambling a little too much there. Thank you. I needed to. I didn't have the ball setting myself.
Did you know?